Hey guys, this is King 3 bringing you a live commentary Forza 5. And have a big announcement I want to share with you guys here in a second. But first, the gameplay that you're going to see here is a Rivals match. Number 60 here, Moneyman 300, is a friend of mine. And he let me know the other day that he beat my time on this track on the D-Class cars. So I went back and found my Mazda Miata. It was in B-Class, and I brought it back. And I put it back into the D class. So this is me trying to get my rivals time back from Moneyman 300. The announcement that I want to share with you guys is this is pretty exciting for myself. I've been working on the YouTube channel for a while now, and I first started with Call of Duty Ghosts and did some Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and then some Call of Duty Ghosts as well. And I never really was able to get the channel off the ground very well. I wasn't very experienced at recording. I wasn't doing a real good job. Been trying to do a lot better job in the last few months overall from what I've learned, and it's going pretty well. So recently the Forza 5 came out 3 weeks ago, and since I've been posting some Forza videos, I've actually been getting some pretty decent increases in subscribers, and just want to thank everybody for that as well, for subscribing to my channel that are on here right now, and I do appreciate that. It's been really fun at this point. I think I'm up to 36 subscribers, so that's not a lot, but for me, it's definitely a lot more than where I was at. So what I want to do is I want to start maybe spending some time with you guys as well. And this first lap is just going to be warming up the tires. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to set up a weekly racing lobby for us to race in. I call it Racing with Rot. I'd like to do it every Friday. I was thinking Fridays at 7 p.m. Central. That way, if we have any younger people, that I don't ruin their sleep and trying to get to sleep for school the next day, and for some of us older guys that need sleep as well, gives us an opportunity to sleep in and not have to go to work as well. So I thought we can probably start doing that on this first Friday. It's just going to be Friday, January 3rd, and I am not getting these tires warmed up very well. And my thought around it is, so the first Friday of every month, I would call it a D-Class racing. And then the second week of the month would be C-Class racing. That way, everybody has their cars prepared when they come in, and they have enough cars for the lobby so that we don't... If you have two cars in the class and I race in a class that you're not aware that we're going to race in, you're going to have two cars to choose from, and some races you might be competitive and some races you may not. So that way you at least know what's coming up. So I thought I'd start with a simple one and start with the D class, because even if we have cars that are up in the B and the C class, you can probably bring them back down and still make them fairly good right off the bat. So I'm trying to get some speed off this corner here. So Moneyman seems to be a little bit faster than me, so I'm trying to take advantage of my handling, which I just took a bad turn there. But, well, this is actually not the spot where I catch him anyway. It's about 3/4 of the way through the race. But back to the Racing with Rot, I was thinking we could do that, like I said, on Friday, 7 o'clock Central. I was assuming probably about 3 hours. Sometimes it takes a little while to get people coordinated and get people started, so hopefully we can keep the races going pretty fast, but it may be challenging at the same time. But I thought we'd give it a try and start with the 3 hours. If we find that's too long, we can shorten it up. If it's not long enough, we can look at extending it as well, which again is why I like to have it on a Friday. And this is the turns right here I was talking about where I actually catch him. So I'm going to try to make a good turn here. Going to concentrate real quick. And I am going to let up the gas just a little bit right there so I don't hit the wall right here. I will be surprised in lap 2 if I actually beat him, because my tires are still not completely warmed up yet. And I'll get right back to that announcement here in just a second. Got a little concentration going on here, so got to let up a little bit there. Alright, so now I can make the straightaway. I may actually beat him here. It's going to be close. He's a little faster in the straightaway than I am, so he may actually pull away. It's going to be close. Oh, I got him. Second lap. Alright, so at least I don't have to concentrate on that anymore. I'll just keep running laps here. So back to the racing part. So D-Class Racing first week. Bring as many cars as you want. And I have some loaded tunes out there as well, so we can do that while we're in the match. You can go ahead and save your tunes out there if we want to, switch and try other people's tunes and stuff like that. I think that'll be fun. We'll just do circuit racing the first week, and what I'll do is I'll just kind of go through the tracks. We'll even go through the Top Gear tracks, which is actually tracks I don't really play very much. So it might be fun to play on some tracks that at least I don't typically play as well. So the only thing that I'm asking with the races here, so this is just going to be friendly racing. The only thing that I ask is that we race as clean as we possibly can. And what I mean by that is that you don't go through and ram people to gain spots. And in fact, the rule that I like to implement is if you hit somebody and pass them, you actually allow them to pass you back. And we'll make the races long enough, but not so long that they get boring, but long enough that if you do happen to kind of fall back a little bit, you still have a chance. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. But the other thing that I ask is, and I don't know if you guys have played much multiplayer, but you'll see people that'll ride the actual guardrails to make a turn. And actually this track that I'm on right here is a really good example. People will just hammer themselves into the wall, and they'll still make the turn because of the way the game allows you to hit walls and make turns. It doesn't spin you out or anything like that. So I ask that you don't do any rail riding to give yourself an advantage as well. So if you could try not to hit anything, it would be great. I know some of us probably don't have a choice. Gabriel, that's a friend of mine. I like to call him out, but we tend to hit things too. We tend to hit each other, but we do it in the friendly manner that we can and not take somebody completely out of a race. So we'll start with just, very few rules at this point. If we find that we need to make adjustments as we go along, we can do that. But at this point, we'll just keep it very simple and very fun, very friendly. I think that's the way we should go about it. So any other restrictions that I have around this racing, I really don't have any. Anybody of any skill level is welcomed. If you're 10 times better than me, you're welcome to. And if you're just beginning to play Forza and get used to it, you're more than welcome as well. We know accidents are going to happen, so we'll just play it as it goes. But what I really like to see is a good turnout. I'll have a private lobby set up. I will invite you guys to the lobby. I think you'll have to set yourself up as a follower for Rot King, and I'd like to at least try that at this point and try to keep it organized in a way. My friends lists are kind of long, so I'd like to try to maybe have follower lists so that I can bring you guys in as well as subscribers. So let's try to do that. So if you would go ahead and follow Rot King 3, and that's ROT, those are all capitals, capital K, ING, and then a Roman numeral III is the 3. So there's a space between each one of those. So if you go on the Xbox and just follow me, then I'll know you're there. I have a couple out there already, so I appreciate that. And we'll get those set up. And ever since that second lap that I did really well, I have not done very well in this race. Just talking too much, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be fun to get us all together and talk and, not just race, but also talk about other stuff as well. So we'll open that forum up. And I am talking and driving terribly. So if you guys have any questions about it, I'm going to start this Friday, January 3rd, 7 o'clock Central Time. So wherever you're at, you may have to adjust that time frame. And we'll start there. And we'll make any changes as we need to going along. But thanks a lot for listening, guys. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. And I'll do a couple of them today as well, since I missed them yesterday. Oh, yeah. Happy New Year, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.